Somewhere in Burundi lurks an undefeated monster. It has been raining terror over the locals for decades and is an elusive and intelligent man-eating beast. This is of course none other than Gustave, the infamous Nile crocodile, living in Burundi, between the northern edge of Lake Tanganyika and the Ruzizi River. Anyone who knows even a little about these reptiles knows that they are dangerous predators. Nile crocodiles are the second largest, after the saltwater crocodiles. In fact, the saltwater croc is the largest reptile and also has the reputation for the strongest bite force in today's world. So, if saltwater crocs are the biggest, with the highest bite force, then what made this one particular Nile crocodile so legendary? Rewind all the way back to 1987, when the fatal and devastating attacks began. This was the beginning of the man-eater's attacks on the people living primarily in three villages, Magera, Kanyosha, and Minago, on the northeastern shores of Lake Tanganyika. Since then, it is estimated that Gustave has claimed over 200 victims, and some estimates even stating the number is closer to 300, solidifying his reputation as the man-eater. Of course, there was doubt surrounding these claims. However, locals that told the story of Gustave had many details in common, making it seem more likely that the stories were true. This beast of a reptile was explained by eyewitnesses as a huge crocodile with a distinctive scar on the top of his head, which is thought to be from bullet wounds. In fact, Gustave is said to have 3 bullet wounds and damage to his right shoulder blade, but how he got them is a mystery. Simultaneously, they make him appear to be an indestructible monster. With so many question marks surrounding the details, the history and the facts about Gustave, it created the mystery and elusiveness of the beast of the local villages, but there's more. Despite numerous attempts and efforts, no one has ever managed to catch Gustave. In fact, National Geographic attempted to catch this killer crocodile in their 2004 documentary, Capturing the Killer Croc. The team tried several attempts, even using a sophisticated trap to catch Gustave by using a live chicken as bait, which didn't work. They then swapped the chicken for a live goat. However, when they returned the following day, the goat was gone and the infrared camera monitoring the trap had been destroyed, leaving everyone puzzled and with no answers or explanations as to what truly happened. Gustave had proved his mighty intelligence by remaining uncaptured, unharmed, and more especially, still undefeated. Unfortunately, all of this mystery and elusiveness makes things very difficult when it comes to statistics about the killer croc. We don't know what his true size and weight is, nor his age. However, estimations state that he is around 20 feet long, or 6.1 meters and over 2,000 pounds, or 910 kilograms. To put that into perspective, that makes Gustave 3 feet longer and over 300 pounds heavier than the average male Nile crocodile. The last confirmed sighting of him, according to National Geographic, was in 2009, with rumors of a sighting in 2015. This led to people believing that Gustave may be dead, as rumors about his death were going around in 2019. However, this was never verified. In addition, while researchers had estimated this crocodile to be around 100 years old, other sightings proved that he still had all his teeth. This changed the age estimates drastically, to around 60 years old and still growing. But all of this aside, there was another claim about the man-eater, which was perhaps the scariest thing about him. It truly painted the reptile as a cold-blooded killing machine, claiming victim after victim without any rhyme or reason. These claims stated that Gustave didn't always eat his victims. Sometimes he killed and simply abandoned the bodies, as if he did it just because he could. But one particular individual, who was in fact a resident of Burundi, Patrice Faye, was determined to get to the bottom of this. Faye, a self-titled reptile expert and hunter, obtained a license to kill Gustave, but of course was unsuccessful. As quick as the beast was, Faye managed to get close a few times and noticed the creature's wounds, which were from bullets. The fact that it was still alive made the killer crocodile seem indestructible. Faye decided to continue hunting the beast to instead learn about it. In fact, Faye was the one responsible for naming this so-called monster, Gustave. Interestingly, despite the high claims of nearly 300 victims and at times, the killing for no reason, there was a crocodile expert named Alison Leslie, who joined Faye on his hunt for Gustave, and stated that crocodiles don't kill for pleasure, they attack when they're hungry, and even though they are large in size, they don't need much food and can survive without it for over a year. To add more solidity to this, Faye himself stated in 2011 that he documented every case of the ManEater, and at that time, it had only killed around 60 people. We may never know how many lives the ManEater truly took. But the mystery of such legends really leaves us to make up our own minds as to what we think Gustave is, or was. His intelligence and elusive nature made it impossible to capture him and learn the truth about him. But what we do know is that he is no ordinary Nile crocodile. Right now, we don't even know if he is dead, or still alive and lurking the waters, awaiting his next victim. But what we can believe is that until proof of Gustave's successful capture or death is presented, the legend of the killer croc lives on.